Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into something that, honestly, every real estate agent has probably dreamed about. We're talking about a super smart AI system that can take someone who just wanders into an open house and turn them into a serious client, pretty much all on its own. It's wild.
I mean, it's the classic problem, isn't it? You hold an open house, you get a ton of foot traffic. People sign the little sheet, they walk around, maybe grab a cookie, and then poof, they're gone. So the big question is, how do you stop those potential clients from just vanishing into thin air? All right, let's get into it. The AI-powered open house, a modern solution. So the answer we're going to look at today is this AI system that basically throws the old playbook out the window. And I'm not talking about a small change here. This is a complete rethink of how follow-up is done. Okay, so what we're looking at here isn't just one magic tool. It's actually a whole system built on three really important pillars. You've got AI voice, which handles the talking. You've got automation, which does all the heavy lifting behind the scenes. And then you have community engagement, which is all about building those real, long-term relationships. It's how these three things work together that makes this whole thing so powerful.
Next up, from form to follow-up, instant automation. All right, so let's walk through how this actually works, step by step. It all starts the second a visitor signs in. This is where the automation really kicks in, and it happens instantly. So it all begins right here, with a smart sign-in form. But take a look at the questions. This is way more than just grabbing a name and an email address. Right from the get-go, it's qualifying the lead. It's asking the important stuff. Are you already working with an agent? What's your timeline? Are you pre-approved? This isn't just data entry. This is intelligence gathering, and it powers everything that comes next. And check this out. The second someone hits submit on that form, the whole system just explodes into action. I mean, there's zero delay. The AI figures out which agent gets the lead and sends it over. The whole team gets an alert. A follow-up reminder is automatically scheduled. Think about it. All the usual places where a lead could fall through the cracks, they're just gone. It's designed so that absolutely no one gets forgotten. Okay, our next section, nurturing with smart content, building a community. So we've got the lead in the system, awesome. But what happens with the people who aren't looking to buy, like right now? You know, the just looking crowd? This is where most follow-up plans completely fall apart. But it's actually where this system gets really, really good. It's all about playing the long game. So the whole strategy here is to move these longer-term leads from just sitting in a database to being actively engaged. And how do you do that? Well, you give them stuff they actually find useful. Instead of that annoying, hey, you ready to buy yet email every week, the system sends out things like new listings, free guides like a home buyer's guide, market updates, and invites to webinars. You stop being a salesperson and you start becoming a go-to expert they trust. But, this idea of building a community, it can sound a little fluffy, right? So what does a nurturing community actually look like? What's the real, tangible experience for the person on the other end? Well, it looks like this. A central hub, a sort of digital home base for all these potential clients. It's a place where they can get all that great content we just talked about, maybe chat with agents or even each other, and just stay connected. The goal is to keep you top of mind so that when the time is right for them to make a move, you're the first and only call they make. And really, it all boils down to this super clear three-step process. First, you generate the leads. Then you nurture those leads with all this great content. And finally, you turn them into actual deals. It's a simple, logical flow that just makes sense. All right, next section, AI agents book appointments, the conversion. Now this is where things get really cool. So what happens when one of those nurtured leads is finally ready to talk? You're not just going to send them some boring calendar link. Oh no, this is when you unleash an incredibly smart AI voice agent to have a real conversation and book that appointment. Just listen to how it introduces itself. This is AI Me. How can I assist you today? Right away, it doesn't sound like a clunky robot. It's natural, it's clear, and it immediately frames itself as being there to help. That's a heck of a first impression. So let's really unpack what this AI agent can do. It's not just following simple commands. It can understand complex requests, like how about tomorrow between 11 and 3? It connects to a real-time calendar to see what's actually available. Then it offers up a few different options, which is super helpful. And maybe the most impressive part, it handles interruptions without breaking a sweat. If the person has to hang up suddenly, it doesn't freak out. It just gracefully ends the call and confirms the appointment later. That's some next-level stuff. Okay, section 5, scaling the entire system, the big picture. So you can see how this would be a game changer for one agent. But what happens when you scale this up? Let's zoom out a bit and look at the kind of numbers a system like this can really crank out.
Get ready for this number, 1,056. Let that sink in. We're talking about over 1,000 new leads in a single year. And that's based on just doing 3 open houses a weekend. That is a massive amount of potential business from something that, let's be honest, a lot of agents find to be a huge grind for very little return. But here's where it gets even crazier. Out of those 1,000+ leads, the system identifies that half of them, a full 50%, are actual real sales opportunities. That's 528 chances to make a deal in a year. So we're not just talking about stuffing a database with names and emails. We're talking about creating a pipeline of qualified, ready-to-go clients. And this whole thing is built to grow right along with your business. It's got multilingual support so you can connect with all parts of your community. It can even handle automating document workflows, taking even more of the busy work off your plate. This really is a full-blown platform, not just a one-trick pony. So, as we wrap this all up, it really brings us to one big question for you to think about. When you look at this whole automated journey, from capturing that first bit of info, to nurturing a relationship for months, to having an AI close the deal on an appointment, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What part of your business is ready for its own AI upgrade?